Just in my thoughts. In my thoughts. You tell us to build a bridge to get over it. But every time we try and build a bridge, you burn it. Why? Why? Why can't I just be black and be okay? Why do I have to give an answer for every feeling that I have? I gotta justify my anger, my sadness, my happiness, my deferment to silence. I can't even just be. And I'm so over it. Like, I'm just so over it. And just, like, you just seem like, is it possible to run out of words? Like, this is just BS. I live in the United States. I'm born and bred here. My mother's from here. My mother's mother, her mother's mother's mother. My ancestors have been here since pre-Columbian era, okay? And I'm just tired. Everyone says that slavery was so long ago. Everyone says that, it's not like Jim Crow, like things have changed. But why does it seem like, and I'm 36 years old, why does it seem like the same stuff that was happening when my grandmother was coming up is the same stuff that's happening now? It's just in different form. And now I'm still trying to figure out, being an 80's kid, how do we go to Goonies to this alt-right stuff? I mean, my mind's blown. For some reason, I don't know, as an 80's kid, I was like, oh, we just might be that generation of change. We're gonna turn things around. We just that, united world group of kids. And how could we go from that to diverting to completely segregated experiences and fields of thought as far as the value of human life? And I'm tired of having to go through these different names of people who, and I'm talking specifically African Americans, Black Americans, and I use those terms loosely because those terms, that's not what my grandmother was called when she was growing up, and that's not what her grandmother was called when she was growing up. So our names keep getting changed, and that's only to just disenfranchise us from this land altogether. But that's a whole other story. Only thing I can tell you is, if you don't know your history, do your ancestors a service and find out your history. And I'm not talking about some ancestry DNA and see my DNA link me to Africa. No, you start going through the paperwork and start tracing, and you're going to be surprised, okay? This man, this time, now I'm talking about this time, because it seems like this is happening every other day. This man is killed in his own home, minding his own business, with special key lock entry. So how do you miss an apartment? How do you wrongfully walk into someone else's apartment? How is the U.S. Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico still pleading with the United States government to give them the funds that are allotted them to rebuild after these hurricane tragedies? I don't understand it. I just done. I'm done. I'm disappointed because I'm sitting here looking at, what do I have to leave to my children in this land? What do I have to leave them legacy-wise? Because you would think, like I said, growing up in the 80s, growing up with the Goonies and freaking Punky Brewster, the Rainbow Road, whatever that stuff was, Ewoks and all, you would think that somehow these kids, would grow up and change the world together. But it seems like we're getting divided even further apart. It seems like that that inherent segregation is just inevitable. And I'm just disappointed. Like, I don't even like being in this land. I don't like being here. And what makes it hard is because it's not that I want to leave the land, but at the same time, what is it worth? And this is my home. Africa is not my home. Okay? And that's not a slight to any Africans, but Africans know. We American, come on, y'all know that there's a difference, because there's a difference. Too much time has gone past, and it's not saying we can disconnect completely from the land. But like I told you in the beginning of the video, I know my ancestors were already here before Columbus and his cronies showed up, destroying everything. Okay? My ancestors and the amount of Africans that came to this continent, this part of the Americas, is such a small amount over that whole timeline that they've given us anyway of this slave trade, which they took my ancestors first from here and took them over to the Eastern world. So that's a whole other story. All I'm saying is that I just want to be somewhere where I can be black and mind my own business, where I can be content just being me. And I'm not saying that I can't do that here, but yeah, for the most part, I just want to be able to do my own thing, mind my own business, without somebody having to have a, what is it called? I don't have to give a report for being me, for why I see the way that I see, or do what I do, why I feel the way that I feel. I don't have to report to you about that. You know what I mean? Why I go where I go. Can I just be black and just be, fine? Can I just be black and be in my own zone, man, in my own business? Can I just be that? Can I be any person? Can I be any person of color? Let's just say that. Because, this is a rant. This is a rant. And I don't know how long I'm going to live in the United States. It's depressing to say that. But I don't know how long I can take it. And it's sad because this is my land. This is my land. This is my ancestors' land. I'm doing the paper trail. Okay? I've done the paperwork. I have rights to this land. Many of us have rights to this land. But I don't know how long I can take living here. Because it's just so wicked. I'm not saying there's no wickedness any other place else in the world. There's all different types of wickedness. The world has been given into the hands of the wicked. But I honestly just want to be in a place surrounded by people that look just like me. Surrounded by my people. And just taking care of me and mine. And enjoying my community of people that look like me. And us just living our lives. And sharing and praising the Most High. And just being at peace. And not have to live in a place where I got to give a account for just being black. Don't matter if I got money or not. I can't just be black in America. And that's some bull. That's some serious BS. Alright. That's just my rant for today. Alright, I'm done. Thoughts, criticisms, bring them. I'm so secure in my skin, you can't even cut me. You can't even cut me. But, yeah, I'm just tired. I'm just tired. I want better for me. I want better for my children. Forget about me now, because I'm already exposed. I want better for my children. I want my children to be able to just be themselves without having to worry if that's a problem. Just to be. How can just being you be a problem? And possibly risk your life for just breathing. That's ridiculous. I don't support building walls to keep people out, especially if the wall's only on the southern border. If you can't have a wall on the northern border, then all that is just racist BS. So just call it what it is. If you can't sit there and send the funds that you need, that's available, that have been appropriated for these islands, these territories, without priority, but you can throw paper towels at them, and they've lost what beyond words. You know, if you can be black and you can tolerate black people being in their own apartment, minding their own business, and somebody come up in their apartment and be a cop and kill them, and then have pity on her, pity on the cop, but not on the man that lost his life, still try to vilify the man that lost his life in his own home, minding his own business. Something's wrong. Like, there's seriously something in the water. Like, I don't know, like, you know, the Kool-Aid, this Kool-Aid mixture that's out here, you know, maybe they done took Flint water and just spread it all over, which that in itself is messed up. Flint water is still a problem. I'm done. I feel like I'm almost 99.9% done with the USA. I'm not done with America because this is my land, but I feel like I'm about done with the United States of America, because this institution is just not for everybody, especially people that look like me, especially people that look like me, and especially for people who are poor. Oh man, yeah. I'm getting done with the U.S.